welcome to Kitchen Captain. I'm Ian Walsh, and yes, a little bit fancy today. It's a special occasion. I'm gonna walk you through a simple, fast risotto. A little bit of white wine, olive oil, garlic, onion, Parmesan cheese. Nothing bad is going into this risotto. Let's go. Okay, step one, onion. We're gonna use about half of this thing. So I actually wanna take it the length way because we wanna dice this pretty small. Take the root end, leave that intact, and then chop off the tip, and then start cutting in some slivers. And once you have that, you kinda get a good firm hold on it. And then start cutting nice, small pieces. And we're gonna want about 1.5 cups. Trusty dough scraper. It's like the cutting board excavator. In our pot, we have 10 cups of water just coming to a light simmer, and we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of salt to that. We're gonna kick on our big pan, medium-ish. 6 tablespoons good olive oil. Get it all out of there. Okay, excavator activated. Onions into our olive oil. Only dropped 1. A little pinch of salt. We're gonna cook these onions for like 6 to 8 minutes. Just keep babying these onions. Wine time. Wine is going into our risotto, a dry white wine. If it's going in there, it might as well go into a glass at the same time. Love that sound. It's good in a glass. It's probably gonna be good in our risotto. Okay, our onion is starting to soften and get translucent. We're gonna add 1/2 cup of water, and that's gonna give a little bit more of like a gentle cook to the onion. Adding the water also helps the onion not get any color. So we're gonna let this water evaporate, and it's making our onions a lot prettier and a lot better. Okay, the backbone of our risotto is the rice. We have Carnaroli. I'm absolutely certain I butchered the way you pronounce that, but we're gonna use 2 cups of this rice. The bag was almost perfectly 2 cups. Our water has evaporated now, and our onion is kind of shimmering in the oil. So it's time to add our rice. And we're just gonna mix this in now with the oil and the onion. We're just folding this rice in now. Get it all nice and coated with oil. Chefs a lot smarter than me say when you put the rice into the oil before adding any liquid, it helps the rice cook a lot more evenly so it doesn't get mushy on the outside by the time the center is tender and ready to go. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. Now we're gonna add 1 cup of our dry white wine with a pinch of salt. That was kind of a weak pinch, so 2 weak pinches of salt. So we're gonna cook that for about 2 minutes until the wine has completely evaporated. It's almost meditative. Now it's time for the babying of the risotto. We're gonna take 3/4 cup of our warm, salted water over here, and we're gonna just stir this through this whole process as we cook this. It's gonna take like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and we're just gonna keep incrementally adding that amount of water until we get this thing cooked to the right consistency, the right texture, and then we're gonna be left with a delicious risotto. It's gonna be worth the mixing here. It's gonna be worth the attention. Gonna be worth it. I can already smell it. It's always worth a little bit of extra credit. Don't cheat yourself. It's a process. She's a needy girl, this one. From what I've read, the slow process of gradually adding the water and the constant agitation is what gives it that signature creamy texture. So we're making it happen. Hot, hot. I think we need to add a little bit more of this water to get it more towards a soupy base rather than like a sludge, and then we'll be pretty good. Having this hot, salted, made a big difference because it's not cooling down the pan when you're adding water, and it's adding gradual seasoning. I think we're done. To the counter we go. Okay, butter added itself. We're gonna add about 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter gradually, and just kind of mix that in until it melts. We started with 1 cup of dry white wine that went into the risotto. This bottle is now empty, We're almost finished with it because we've just been sipping while we've been stirring this thing and agitating the rice as we incrementally added our water. But I have a feeling it's gonna be well worth it. Just slowly adding our butter. And we still have a little bit of water that's hot on the stove in case this consistency is too thick. We want to err more towards soupy than just globby mush. Butter's in, the entire fat boy camp is in there. All right, now the crown jewel. We have some freshly grated Parmesan. We're gonna use about 1.25 cups of this and just slowly mix it in there. We don't need to just pour the whole hog right in there. I'm a bit worried this is getting a little gouloppy, so I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more of our hot salted water, because this cheese and the rice soaking that stuff up so quick. Okay, she was a little high maintenance. She needed constant agitation / stirring while we incrementally added water through the entire cooking process, which was about 30 minutes. We're not taking any shortcuts here. We wanted the real deal, and it looks like we got the real deal. I'm gonna give this thing a little dusting of fresh Parmesan and a little crack of some fresh pepper. Let's get into this. So good. No shortcuts, well worth it. Well worth it. I mean, I don't know how this would ever suck. You have butter, olive oil, onions, fresh Parmesan, good rice, salted water that came up with a gradual simmer. You have wine in the meal, wine in the glass. There you go, delicious risotto, well worth the attention. Thanks for watching. It is good. It is really good.